Hey guys, we're live. We're live. I got a brand new guest with us today. It's the selling sniper. How are you doing today, bro?
I'm doing great. Here in El Paso, Texas. I'm doing great. Got some sourcing done this morning, and now I'm here. So happy to be
O-
here.
Okay, so go ahead and introduce yourself. So you're the selling sniper. You live in Texas, right? You're a full
Yes.
time reseller. And what part of Texas do you live in again?
So I live in the furthest tip of Texas. I live in West Texas, El Paso, Texas. We
Uh huh.
basically border Juarez, Mexico. So like right here where I'm at, I live at right now. I'm living at my grandma's house. I'm staying with my grandma. Mexico is just right behind me. The fence is right there.
Really?
Yeah, the
Wow.
wall's right there.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
So
Well, we're a real safe city. We're always ranked like top five in the country of urban cities of safety and crime and murders and stuff like. I'm not sure about the murder part, but we always have a low number. And then across the border, it's one of the most dangerous cities in Mexico. So it's two different extremes.
yeah. All right, awesome, awesome. So go ahead and talk to us a little bit about what's about your story, man. People want to know maybe how you got started in this resale business. So you're now a
Okay.
full time reseller. So you
Yes, sir.
resell on both eBay and Amazon, right?
Yeah, I've done. I do Amazon mostly, probably 80% Amazon, 20% maybe 30% eBay, 70% Amazon. And I've done Macari before. I liked it when I did it, but then I kind of veered off. I didn't like the fact that you couldn't put quantities in your listing, and you have to keep what is it called, re-uploading the listing every time you sell it. So that kind of shied me away from that. And I
Yeah.
started back in 2016. I started selling on eBay. Um, I'll be transparent. I have some DWIs in my past. I have made some mistakes, and I actually studied to be a. I have an associate degree in medical assisting, and then now I have a certificate in X-ray technology. And I'm not even
Yeah.
doing the X-ray or medical part. I'm doing reselling. And I started in 2016. I got a job. I moved back from San Antonio to El Paso, and I needed a job. I got hired at the hospital as a phlebotomist. And 2 days before I was gonna start, they told me they couldn't hire me because I had a DWI on my record. So that devastated me a little bit, but I had to come up with a way to make money, and I'm a survivalist. I know how to survive. I do whatever it takes. So I don't know how I stumbled across YouTube. I saw, I think it was Rockstar Flipper, and it was Raking Profits. I saw those guys, and they kind of inspired me. And I remember my mom when I was little. She used to sell random things on eBay, and to me it
Yeah.
was like whatever. But that kind of came into my mind. So my little brother had a bunch of video games laying around, and I think my first sale was an Xbox game of Spider-Man, and since then I was hooked. I've been At first it was just part time, and just these last 2 years I've been full time. I actually
Oh,
up and quit my job in the on the spur
oh,
of the moment. I quit my job in Odessa to be a full time reseller, and I've been
really?
doing it for the past 2 years.
So you quit your
So
full
yeah,
time job and
everybody thought I was a crazy person, but I'm
so what
still
were
I'm
you
still
doing?
alive.
What was this job that you decided to quit? You just had enough of it?
It was a good job. I liked it. I was always away from my family, and I just had a newborn, so I wanted to always be here with my newborn daughter Abby, and I'd be at work, and all I would think about is because I would do a week on, week off. So my week off, I would list stuff on eBay, and then stuff would sell. And I remember I sold like a phone I found at Goodwill for like 200 something bucks, and it just blew my mind. Like, whoa, I just made money from. I paid like $3 or $4. I don't remember what I paid for it. So that just blew my mind. And I'm at work, and I'm the only one thinking about reselling, and nobody understands you. They're like, what are you talking about? You sold the phone. Who cares? And in my mind, I'm like, I just it's my passion. So one
Yeah.
day I just decided to quit out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, most people won't do that. I was super scared. I just quit, and I was emotional. I made a little video. I but I'm happy. I'm happy now. I'm doing good.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro. Yeah, I was that guy when I had a regular 9 to 5 job. I was that guy that was like going out on my lunch break, printing off shipping labels, shipping off packages at the post office, trying to run
Yeah.
into here to the Goodwill or something during my 30-minute lunch break to see if I could find anything, to resell. And everybody else would look at me kind of crazy, but yeah, I would be that guy who's like you know, I had like padded envelopes like in my back seat or in my glove box.
I still do.
And I used to keep I used to keep like a little tape gun in my glove box. So I would like tape up boxes and stuff on my lunch break. So I was like the only person there, and everybody else is like, oh, there goes Mr. eBay right there. And I'm just like, yeah, what's wrong with that? Like, you know, it's nothing wrong with having, yeah, I was like, there's nothing wrong with having multiple streams of income. I was like, you know what, one day this company, you're not going to be here forever. I'm like, one day you're going to get fired or laid off or something. And then what are you going to do? That you only have one stream of income working at this factory. And then that's it. It's not, nothing lasts forever, you know? And I tried to tell them that. And one day that came to be. So you were the only one in your factory that was reselling at this company, and you did reselling on the side. And then after a while, that's all you could think about was reselling, right? Like even when you weren't at work, you're like, man, yeah, I just got to get out here and hustle and resell, right?
It was a sand mine in the oil field, so it was decent money. But then they got rid of the overtime, and my pay went down. So I was used to making like $6,000 a month, and then I went to like $2,500 or $3,000. So I had a lot of bills. I took loans out, so I kind of put myself in a bad situation, and I was always stressed out after my pay went down. Even though it was like $21 an hour. I was at 23 or 24, and then I got bumped down to 21. And for a lot of people, that's good money, but the situation I put myself in, I wasn't making enough.
Well,
so I decided to resell.
The thing is that people don't realize when you're working for a company or you're working a job for somebody else, you're essentially on a fixed income. You don't realize it, but when somebody can come to you and say, hey, they'll say, hey, Jeff, you're only can make $20 an hour, and we're only going to let you work 40 hours a week, right? Let's say they say you're only allowed to make $15 an hour, and you can only work 40 hours a week. We're cutting your overtime out, right? So that means no matter what, no matter how hard you work, you bust your butt, no matter what you do on your end, the most that you can make that week is $600. That's it. You can't get past that glass ceiling at that job because you're on a fixed income. They're telling you, hey, where you can only work 40 hours. We're only going to pay you $15 an hour. And so you're at this proverbial glass ceiling, and you're trying to go up, but there's nothing you can do. And like you said, you showed up to work one day and they're like, hey, we're cutting back your overtime hours. We're cutting your pay back. You were at 24. Now we're cutting you down to 21. And you're just like, you're almost like an ant under the microscope. Like, oh, no, not to me. Because you're putting your life in somebody else's hands, and they're determining all that for you. They determine, hey, you have to work mandatory Saturdays or Sundays. They determine, how many hours you can work that week. So I definitely feel it, man. I definitely feel what you're saying. Let me say hello here to a few people here in the chat. We're live. I wanted to say hey to LKL Graphics. Keith is here in the house. Wanted to say hey to my buddy here. The ATL Flipper is here in the house. The Hoogs are here. They said, hey, question. What is your favorite thing to resell? And the ATL Flipper says he subscribed to your channel. Awesome. So they want to know what is like your niche, because you mainly sell on Amazon, but you do Amazon and eBay.
It's hard to say favorite, but I think my favorite thing, I guess altogether, just thinking about everything, my favorite thing is coffee. I love selling coffee. It's a consumable. People buy it every day. And I was finding the coffee really cheap at the liquidation store I go to. And people don't know the value of it. Or maybe they already have so much coffee at home. So I would get it really cheap and flip it for money. And it wouldn't sit for like 2 weeks and then it sold. It would sell like the next day, same day, multiple times. I would even sell expired coffee. That sounds crazy, but I put it up for auction. I'd grab bags full of it. Sometimes the store wanted to just get rid of it, the store I shop at. And they'd be like, fill up this bag for $15. And I had like 50, 100 coffees. I'm like, what am I going to do with this expired coffee? So I put them on eBay. I put 1 cent start, and then I put 0 shipping to draw attention to the listing. And that seems to work for me. And I would sell them like 10 packs for like $50, $60, $70 expired. Well, best buy date is up, but I put all that in the listing and it would sell on auction. Okay.
Well, first I wanted to ask you, what did your friends and family and coworkers say when you're just like, hey guys, I put my 2 weeks notice in. Peace out. I'm out of here. I'm leaving this job and I want to go out and do my own thing and start doing it, becoming an entrepreneur, where now you're solely dependent on, your reselling income. Yeah. So were they like, man, you were crazy. You'll be back in 2 or 3 months. Like,
Yeah.
what happened, man?
There was no 2 weeks notice. I just quit my job. Like, I just called
Really?
and be like, yeah, just like I quit. I didn't put no 2 weeks notice or nothing.
Really?
Yeah, because I was stressed out from our bills, and I'm not with the mother of my daughter anymore, but we're still good friends. And so she was stressed out that we didn't have enough money. I was stressed out. She called me one day stressed out, and it just like really like got to me. And I'm like, you know what? I quit. I just quit my job. So I drove home back to El Paso, Texas, which is like 3 hour, 4 hour drive. And I filmed a little YouTube video that I just quit my job. And I show up to the house, and her brother was there with his cell phone, and he was on Facebook. And he showed me, he's like, hey, check out this new store. And he showed me the phone. And the store had all this liquidation, and it just opened that same day that I quit. So he was showing me the store, and I looked at it like, what? This is crazy. I was about to start going to like store closeouts and buying stuff with my, what do you call it, with my 401k, and that's how I was going to survive. So I guess it was fate that I quit that day, because that's the same day this store opened, and there's 3 of them now, and I've been making a full-time living on these 3 stores. 90% of the stuff I sell comes from these stores.
Is it like a liquidation, like a bin store, or what?
Yeah,
Tell me about
it's
this.
a bin store. It's a bin store that sells If you look at the products, they all have Amazon tags and new item, or you'll find open boxes and stuff was never opened, and you do find stuff that has been opened and been used, but you test it out and it's good. Like, for example, I found a Dymo 450 twin turbo yesterday. I paid $15. I plugged it in. It works just fine. And I found like 3 or 4 of those before. And I found like 4 or 5 450 turbos, and those go for like $100. And I find them for $2. I found them for $3. I bought one for 14 once, but I paid up. But I was willing because I know how much they're worth. But you find really good deals like that.
So is it like an Amazon bin store, like a customer return bin store, or how does it set up?
I think the owner buys from multiple sources. I think he buys, because there's like direct liquidation and liquidation.com, and buy truckloads of merchandise. So I'm sure he does that stuff that for whatever reason didn't make it to the Amazon warehouse that was liquidated. Cool. And yeah, you find Target stuff, you find Dollar General stuff. I don't really want the Dollar General stuff. So yeah, you find all that.
Okay. Let me say hello here to a few people in the chat. We have my buddy Roman is here from Anytime Picker. He was just on with me yesterday. I wanted to say hey to Regina Michelle is here. Hey, Regina, thank you for coming by and hanging out. And I wanted to say hey to Shaking Trees, Catching Coins with Ken. He says, howdy, peeps. And I wanted to say hey to LKL Graphics. Keith is here. He says, watching from Galveston, Texas. And look who's in the chat. Yeah, Patricia Lee says, I'm his aunt. Honestly, I thought it was a fade, and now I see how well he's doing. So, yeah, man, we're all happy for you. Look at that.
Oh, yeah, she's the one that told me when I quit. I was like, no, I'm selling stuff from the store we just went to. And she was like, you need a job. She told me that. That's funny.
And I wanted to say hey to the Cap Guy is here. He says, hey, Jeff. Hey, Cap Guy. So we were just talking with our guest. He was working out into this like oil field. And one day they cut his overtime hours. He had they cut his pay. They cut back his hours. He said, peace out. I'm out of here. And he left and quit his job to be a reseller. And now he's just telling us a little bit about these liquidation bin stores. So when you go there, is there certain days where it's like $5 days, $4 days? How is this bin store set up? Tell me a little bit about it.
So the first location was in our northeast side of town, and they started off at $8 on Fridays, $5 Saturdays, $4, $3, $2, $1 Wednesdays. They close for Thursday to restock, and then they'd open all the way back. They do the same thing all over again, over and over. And yeah, I just stumbled across it from my ex's brother, and I was hooked immediately. I was really hooked. I saw the potential and the potential profits that could be made, and I have made a lot of profits off that stuff.
So you make 90% of your income going to these bin stores. You have 3 bin stores. That you hit them up every day, or do you go once a week? And what kind of items is it that you're looking for? Like, what kind of ROI are you looking for? Are you looking for an item that you pay $5 for and it sells for 30, 40, 50? Like, what kind of ROI are you looking for at these bin stores?
Um, I'm looking for I am looking for ROI, but I also look for stuff that sells fast because I have the Amazon Seller app, so I could scan something, see what it's ranked on Amazon. Because if it's closer to one, it's a hot seller. If it's closer to a million, most likely it sucks. So if I scan the item and I see it's like 300 in books, it's 300 in books. I know if I buy that item for $1, it's gonna sell instantly. So even if my profit is $1, I'll pick it up and throw it in a box, send it to FBA because I know it's just an instant dollar. So that would be 100% ROI. But I'll buy anything that's gonna make me a profit and that's a quick flip. I don't really store my inventory the way eBay. You know, when you sell on eBay, you start getting your inventory system and you just store everything for a long time. Me, all my stuff sells really, really fast because I do that type of system where I see how good it is on Amazon and then it transfers over really well to eBay. And I'll look at the rank, I'll look at the eBay sold listings, I'll see that they correlate, and that's how I make my decisions to buy. And I'll buy in bulk. I'll buy a lot of stuff on Dollar Day, and I'll pay $1 for it. I'll scan it. I'll see I'm gonna make 20 bucks off this dollar, or I'm gonna make 40 bucks off this little vitamin bottle. So that's how I make my living.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Now, talk to me a little bit about your Amazon seller account. If somebody hasn't got started on Amazon, why should they start selling on Amazon? And explain a little bit about the difference between Amazon like FBA versus fulfilled by merchant. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. Just a disclaimer: Amazon is they're known to be ruthless to their sellers, so you got to be real careful. Like I don't share my Amazon store with anybody. My eBay store, I'm open. You know, I let people see. But on Amazon, you have to prove that your items are legit. So, like for me, shopping at this store, selling it on Amazon, I do take a little bit of a risk because I know the products are legit. They're good. There's nothing wrong with them. You see the tags. But if you get a claim saying that your product's counterfeit, then you'd have to be able to come up with a receipt and show them, hey, look, it's not counterfeit. I have proof right here. So, like, what I want to do is I want to stop putting myself a little bit in jeopardy, and I want to start selling more on eBay. Well, the majority of the stuff that I find at this store, and to buy good products, you know, I could go to Walmart, get a receipt, and it'll have the UPC code, and there's nothing wrong with doing that. So I'd rather try to flip more to eBay with this liquidation stuff, and start doing more retail arbitrage like the way people do on YouTube for Amazon. So I can stop putting my account in jeopardy.
Yeah. And so when we were talking backstage before we went live today, you said that you were looking at doing some replenishable items. So can you talk to our audience a little bit about your strategy when you're reselling replenishable items? Tell us a little bit about what it is that you're looking for.
Well, like for me, I try to do Amazon first because that's what's making me the most money right now. So if the product, say I'm like restricted in a category or something like that, I can't sell it on Amazon, but I see that it's such a hot seller, I don't want to leave it there. So then I turn to eBay and I see if it sells good, and if it does sell good, I know it's going to be a replenishable because I go every week, so I see that the product's always there, always there. Hey, I've been skipping this product for like a month. Why don't I give it a chance? So I'll give it a chance, and then I'll see that it does sell good on eBay, and then now I have a product that I could just keep picking up over and over. Since I don't really list that much on eBay, but I do sell a few $1,000s a month on eBay still by doing the replenishable thing. So I like that, where I don't have to keep taking pictures. Like when I first started, I sold clothing. Like a lot of people sell clothing, you just gotta take pictures and pictures and pictures and store your item and hope that it sells.
Yeah, I'm with you. I was just telling him I do something similar, but instead of going to the bin store, I'll go to like Dollar Tree. Like this is like an item, for example. This is like one of those window marker things that people will put like Go Team or Just Married or something. So I'll pick up items like this at the Dollar Tree for $1. Then I'll take a picture front and back, post it on eBay, and then maybe I'll put quantity of 10 or something in the listing. And then whenever the item sells, I mean, I have probably 5 Dollar Trees within 10 minutes of my house, and I have one right across the street from me. Then whenever the item sells, I'll just go grab it, put it in this little 6x9 padded envelope, put a shipping label on it, and ship it out. So, I mean, if you can think about if you had, 5 or 10 of those a day, where maybe you bought this item for $1, maybe it sold for $10, but the particular item, what if you just sold 5 of them a day or 10 of them a day, and they sold every day, day after day after day after day after day? and you don't have a lot of items just taking up space in your shed or your garage or in your house, you're basically using retail arbitrage, basically using the Dollar Tree as your warehouse. They're holding all the items and all the merchandise for you. They're the ones that's guarding your merchandise, making sure it doesn't get broken or stolen or damaged, or no one stole it for you. You know, it's free, and then you just basically use them as like part of your warehouse and distribution center. And then whenever your item would sell, like this little Spider-Man guy, this is like a deck of playing cards, Spider-Man deck of playing cards. I would post it, buy one of them, post it on eBay, and then whenever the item would sell, I would go across the street to the Dollar Tree, grab it, put it in a 6x9 padded envelope, and ship it out. But yeah, you just got to kind of think outside the box. Like if you could go get items that are replenishable items, like you were saying, where you could go to the bin store, maybe you found some vitamins, or maybe you said earlier you sell coffee, and you have that particular brand, and you know that brand is going to sell over and over and over again. You're not having to sit here and list 100 items. You could list one item one time, take the photo front and back, put quantity of 5 or 10 in the listing, and now you have that listing that could sell over and over and over again, right?
Yeah, yeah. And the same thing, you could do that with Amazon too. You don't got to take no pictures. The listing's already there. You see that it's at Dollar Tree. You see you're going to make $1. You see you could, if it's a high rank, you can merchant fulfill them, or you could send them FBA. But if it's a high rank, you could just put that you have, so you have 10. All 10 sell within that same day. Go to Dollar Tree, buy all 10, and you could ship them all out yourself, which is a little bit tedious because you're just making $1 each, but it's still possible if you're willing to do it.
Yeah, I had an item like this. It was like a beach ball that I picked up at the Dollar Tree, except it was like a blue glitter one. And I had just bought one and put it in stock and put like quantity of 5 in the listing, and then 2 of them sold. So even though my cost of goods was $2, this guy paid $20 for the 2 beach balls, plus like another $4 or $5 for shipping. So he's all in at like $24, and my buy cost is only $2. But the idea is that you have this item listed in your store, and now you have this item that can sell over and over and over again, as opposed to me trying to list 50 items that day. I could just maybe list 10 items that resell over and over again. So tell me a little bit about what are some of the items that you have at your bin store that you would consider that are, you don't have to tell us the name, but just something that you would consider that you have access to that you can do as replenishable items in your eBay store.
So I see a lot of the same vitamins over and over again. The probiotics, those seem to be hot sellers. The Pete's coffee, I find that a lot. I find them expired though, but I find them for dirt cheap. And then they have a fill a bag day, where you can, the bag it's about that big, say like 3 feet, a 3-foot bag. You can fill it with as much stuff as you can. So the coffee's expired, but I could fill up that whole bag for $15, and basically I paid like 15-20 cents a coffee, and I could just keep replenishing my listing. And it seems like, I guess because that is from Amazon, because Amazon, once stuff gets sent to FBA, and if they don't send it at the right time, then Amazon will kick the product, and they'll liquidate it, and then it ends up in stores like that, and then it goes great on eBay. And so if you could find coffee, I'd sell coffee.
Okay, cool. So you sell coffee, you sell a lot of items from this bin store, and so you said you make 90% of your income going to these 3 bin stores. So do they have a day that's like $1 day or a $5 day? Does it tell me about fill a bag day? Because if people haven't been, there's some of these stores maybe once a month or something, they'll have fill a bag day, and you have this big bag, and you can fill up as much merchandise in this bag as you can. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so the store I go to is called Black Friday's Daily Discount Store. Shout out to those 3 stores. I have friends in all those 3 stores. Diana is one of them. Jenny, manager, and Ray and Wendy from the Northeast location. Just thought I'd get that in there. And I forgot what I was talking about. What was the question?
I was asking you about fill a bag day at these bin stores, so you can get a lot of merchandise for a little bit of money.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, so like at that store, they do it every first Thursday of the month. So I guess there's a dollar day every week, of course. So I guess on dollar day, not everything sells. Like there'll still be leftover inventory. So I'm assuming they keep that inventory, put it in their warehouse. It adds up, and then the first day of the month, they have that fill a bag day. And yeah, you go, you get your bag, fill it up with hundreds of items, basically. And if it, fits into the whole bag, you pay $15. And people don't know well, the way I see it, there's not that many resellers. Like the store I go to, there are. I've met resellers from there, but there's not that many. People just want to consume things, and they don't always know what things are worth. So like for books for example, there could be a book on Fill a Bag Day, and it looks worthless, but you scan it and it's a $50 book, or it could be $100 textbook that nobody wanted to pick up because nobody needs that specific category of a textbook.
Yeah.
There's a lot of money to be made on these Fill a Bag Days.
Yeah, I was going to say you can even get like little small items like maybe a CD or a DVD or a Blu-ray or video game or little small items, or maybe the profit margin on a regular day wouldn't be huge because maybe it's a $10, $15, $20 item. But if you're getting it for Fill a Bag Day and you're getting it for 15 cents, 20 cents an item, and you can fill up a whole bag of them, dude, I'd be there like filling my bag up, check out, and then put all that stuff in the trunk of my car and go back and fill another bag up. You know what I mean? So, so that's what I would be doing. Let me say hello here to Rocky Mountain Red Mountain Resell. I'm sorry, there's another guy named Rocky Mountain Resell. So I get it conflicted in my brain. But thanks for coming by and hanging out with us today. He says I go to the Salvation Army on Fill a Bag Day for $20. I get all their DVD plus other items. That's awesome. We have a couple questions here in the chat. The ATL Flipper says, what's the best tasting coffee that you have had?
That's a hard one. I've drank so many of them that the flavor's always changing for me. So I get tired of one right away. I got another one to try. I have probably 5 or 6 coffees in my cabinets that I could try right now. I don't know what to say. It was my best tasting coffee. I like the Pete's coffees. I remember I liked one called Donut Shop. That one was good. Yeah. But I don't know which one's my favorite. Honestly, I can't choose one. I just love coffee in general.
All right, the ATL Flipper, he wants to know, what is your biggest flip that you've had so far?
Okay, so there was one of these 3 stores. It's the McRae location, Black Fridays. They used to sell Burt's Bees a lot, the little peppermint lip balms, and they had it was like a 3 or a 4-pack, and they had like 1,000 something of them on Dollar Day, and I actually had $0 that day. So I walked in. I was with my ex, and we saw all the Burt's Bees in bins underneath the bins, and they're just sitting there. Nobody's touching them. And I had remembered that I had listings already made, so it would have been a replenishable. But I remember somebody had contacted me on eBay asking me that if I had more Burt's Bees, that they were interested in buying a large amount. So I had $0. What I did was I contacted them. I let them know that I had 1,000 Burt's Bees, but I could do a deal with them, but I need the money like right then and there, basically. So they said, what's the best deal you could do? And I think I sold each one for like $2.70 or something. So I made the listing real quick. They bought it from me. They sent me like $2,000 something. And I used that money to buy 1,000 Burt's Bees. And then I pocketed the profit from all that, which was like, I'd say like $700 or $800. And I made that off of $0. I mean, I've done that a few times with different things, making $700, $800, but I consider that my best flip because I made it from 0.
Yeah, see that
that's probably my best story I have.
Yeah, so you have 0 inventory, you have $0. You go in there and you post the item online. Then the people buy the item from you. Then you take the customer's money that they sent you, buy the product, and then you take your cut of the profit off the top.
That's when eBay used PayPal.
Yeah,
they would send you the money instantly. Now it's managed payments. So unless I had them send it to my PayPal account, but it was probably easier to do something like that back then. I don't know if that's probably against the rules too, me doing that, but I made money.
Okay, cool. We have a question here from Anytime Picker. He wants to know, where do you keep your inventory? So the items that you resell, because you said you sell a lot on Amazon, so you send in a lot of your items to Amazon FBA, right?
Yeah, FBA. But I have been doing. Oh, you wanted me to explain merchant fulfilling earlier. If it has a really good rank and I know it's going to sell instantly, I'll just store it in my house and I'll ship it that same day. I do keep stuff in. I have a storage unit, but it's super hot here in West Texas. We're in the hundreds constantly. So I stopped working out of my storage unit and I'm working where I live at. So I have stuff over there for eBay. I have a lot of my Amazon stuff here at home. I have a little, drawers that I stuff in, and when something sells, I'll go get it and just ship it right away. So that's how I do it for now. But I'm looking to grow. I've just started being more serious with this. You know, before I work smart, so I don't have to work too hard. Now I want to work a little bit of both. I want to work smarter and harder. So if I do that, I know I'm going to be really successful. I'm barely realizing all this, and I'm just grateful to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome, man. Yeah. So, I have a little shed in my backyard that I store a lot of my eBay merchandise. So that way I don't have stuff stacked to the ceiling. So I have a shed in the backyard, and then I have a 5-bay garage that they have in the backyard as well, which I haven't used that. Most all the items I have fit in the shed. But I wanted to say hey to a few people here in the chat so I don't get too far behind on the chat. We have Jacob Rubio is here, says Amazon or eBay, which has been your greatest success for profit? So do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, that's actually my little brother. Wow, that's cool. I'd say Amazon. I mean, I love eBay, but Amazon is just so quick, so fast. You list something and it's sold within a second. So I've made the most money. I mean, it's probably 50-50, but it's going to be, in the future, it's going to be Amazon is where I made the most money, where I'm going to make the most money. But well, I've been doing eBay for years, so Amazon's been like a year or two.
Okay, yeah, it's just that they have more users on the Amazon platform. So even though your profit margins may not be as high, you're selling a higher volume of items because more people are seeing your items and it's going by pretty quick. So let me say hello to Anytime Picker is here. LKL Graphics is here. Red Mountain Resell. I wanted to say hello to Hot Flip. Heidi is in the chat. The HL Flipper wants to know, have you ever had Cuban coffee before? Like, this is important. We got to get to the bottom of this.
Is Cafe Bustelo Cuban, or is that like an American imitation of Cuban? Cafe Bustelo.
I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not a coffee drinker myself. Like, if I'm up and I'm tired, I'll just grab an energy drink or something, man. So, but anyways, tell me a little bit about what would be 2 or 3 tips that you could help somebody if maybe they want to make a full-time income reselling like you're doing, and maybe they don't have to be at a point where they're ready to quit their job, but let's say they don't, they want to make a full-time income from reselling on eBay and Amazon. What are maybe 2 or 3 tips that you could give our audience to help them out so they can start making more money?
Well, I guess I could give you my example as a reseller. I found those YouTube videos, those YouTubers. They're still popular YouTubers today. So what I did, I saw that they were selling used clothing, and a lot of people sell clothing. So I found my nearest Goodwill, and I found the bin store Goodwill, the Last Chance Goodwill. I actually have a beginner amateur video on my channel that I kind of laugh at now that I look at it, because I see the items I grabbed for, by the pound. And now I feel like, man, I started off selling trash. I'm just tripping out on myself. Sorry. Well, yeah, you could basically sell anything, I started selling that, and some of the stuff would get stored for a long time. Some of the stuff would sell right away, but it taught me how you could just flip things. And my failures, buying stuff that didn't sell is what's made me successful today. Now I know how to pick up stuff that will sell, and I hardly pick up duds.
Okay. So, but do you have any other tips or tricks, like maybe sourcing, or do you have any other tips or tricks or advice? Because this is your full-time gig. This is what you do 7 days a week, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Tips or tricks? I would say if you could expand your platforms, like say you just sell on eBay. If you could download Amazon, pay your $40 a month, and start doing that's like my best tip. I would think you could see how good a product sells on Amazon, and then cross use that knowledge to eBay, and use both of them to make more money. That works really well for me, seeing how good a product sells on Amazon, and then going to eBay and putting it on eBay. Because if it sells good on Amazon, if that's what people want, then I'm sure the eBay customers are going to want that too. Right.
Okay, cool. So you can kind of more irons in the fire. You have money coming in from Amazon and eBay instead of just depending on one platform. So that's good. What are some of the ROI that you're looking at? So let's say me and you go to the bin store. We're looking at these items that you found. You just found some item in the bin store. What type of return on investment are you looking at? Do you say, hey, I can buy this item for $1 and sell it for $20-$30? Like, what are profit margins that you look for? Yeah. Or do you just look for really hot items that rank high on Amazon, or just hey, I'm going to grab it because you can make a lot of sales from, you know, little rabbit sales instead of like a big grizzly bear sale, right? Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
what do you sell like the most of? Like, what are hot items that are selling for you?
Well, for me, for choosing an item, it's not set in stone for me. You know, like some people are like, I want $5, nothing under five. Like, I'll sell something and get $100 profit. I'll sell something and get $1 profit. That's how I am. If I get $1 profit and I can sell like 500 of them, I'm willing to do that because there is time in my day. So I'm like, why not sell that dollar item? Because I could sell like 5 high ticketed items, and then I have like 2 hours where I'm just doing nothing. I could be shipping out $1 items. So I think a little bit different than everybody else because everybody just wants to sell their certain profits. And I like finding the vitamins because that gives me a high margin, and they're
Oh,
all over the place. Like I bought like 10 or 20 zincs yesterday, and I'm only getting like $1. I've sold all of them already on Amazon,
really?
and I merchant fulfilled them.
All right, awesome. Hey, I want to give a shout out here to my buddy here. Buffalo Picker is in the chat. So if you guys aren't following Buffalo Picker, you should go check it out, man. They had an
Yeah, thank you.
auction, I think it was last night, to help out Wendy and to help her husband get this oxygen tank that he needed to
Oh
live.
wow.
So, man, I wanted to appreciate everybody that stopped by to that auction last night to help contribute, to help Wendy out. I stopped by. I shared the link yesterday. I donated a few dollars to try to help out. So I really appreciate Buffalo Picker and everybody else. If you got a chance to stop by yesterday to contribute, man, we appreciate you guys. There's a lot of really good people in the community that are willing to help each other, man. So it's a big time for me when someone's to give up their time, their energy, their money, their resources, and say, hey, let me go out of my way to help other people, you know. So that's a big time. So I appreciate Buffalo Picker for coming by and hanging out. Wanted to say hey to Sal is here in the chat. And anytime Picker says with Amazon, you also need to be ungated in a lot of
Yeah.
stuff. So if you open up your Amazon account, you're gated in a couple of different categories. Talk to us a little bit about that. Like, what are some of your strategies that you have to help people get ungated if they're saying, hey, I just opened up, I have a brand new Amazon account, but I'm gated in this category. I can't sell coffee or I can't sell these vitamins. What do I need to do?
Well, like in I guess on my Instagram, on my IGTV videos, I have one
Yeah.
about getting ungated for coffee. Well, for groceries. See, I love coffee so much. I'm saying coffee instead of groceries. So I got ungated in groceries recently, and what I did, I used Frontier Co-op Wholesale. I found the cheapest product I could find because I don't want to spend that much, and I wasn't gonna flip the product anyways. I just see it as an investment for my Amazon account. So what I did is I bought, it was like enchilada sauce packets, and I paid like 23, $25 for all the packets. It was less than that, but then the shipping, it all came out to like 23 or 25. And I got the product like 2, 3 days later, or no, it was like 5 days later. I got the product in the mail. I took my pictures the way Amazon requires. They want all sides of the package, and it's good to have your hand holding it. They want to see that it's a real item, it's a real person. And then you take a picture of your invoice to show that you have to order a quantity of 10. That's their minimum. So me, I ordered 10. I sent them my invoice, the pictures, and next morning I woke up, I was ungated in groceries. I paid like 20 something bucks. And then like a week or two later, I did the same thing for topicals. I ordered I'll actually have it right here. See, I don't even care about selling it. I just ordered it for getting ungated. I use this product. I ordered 10 of them.
Yeah.
And I took the pictures. I even shrink wrapped it. Show them. They want to see how you're gonna sell it on Amazon. So I shrink wrapped it with my heat gun. Took the pictures, let them see, and I got ungated in topicals. So now I could sell a bunch of health and beauty products, lotions,
Yeah.
all that on Amazon.
So talk to me a little bit about now you're ungated in groceries because people don't know that you can get ungated in groceries and you can actually send in edible foods. Because earlier we were talking about selling replenishable items. So let's say you come across some Oreo cookies or you come across some replenishable items that are grocery items that now you can resell over and over and over again. So what kind of items can you flip and make a profit on when you're reselling items that are in the grocery niche or section? Talk to me a little bit about that. Have you sold anything? Because you said you sold coffee. You said that you sold vitamins. What kind of what can you do as far as selling stuff in the grocery section?
I can't think of anything. Oh, well, it's pretty similar. I haven't sold too many of different items in groceries. The majority was coffee, and I also sell tea. But I haven't really sold anything else. But I know I'm able to. I am able to sell different products, but I just stick to my coffee, what makes me a lot of money. And for that, I've sold thousands of dollars on Amazon in coffee.
Wow,
But
let's go.
I don't have too much info on what else, but there's a whole bunch of products you could sell in the grocery category. But that's all I
Yeah.
have experience with.
All right, awesome. Now, tell everybody a little bit about your YouTube channel. You started a YouTube channel. You've been on YouTube for how long have you been on YouTube? About a year now? How long have you been on YouTube now?
I guess altogether it's like for doing what I do, it's like 2 years, I think, maybe a little bit less than 2 years. I've always been a shy person. I don't know if I come off
Yeah.
as shy. I'm a little bit talkative right now, but I'm really a shy person.
You
So
you
making these videos were kind of hard for me. Like you don't see me in the video a lot. I'm just talking over. But just recently, I opened up this Instagram account like a month or two ago,
yeah.
and I thought, you know what, it's time to start sharing. And I would just put like little pictures here and there of what I sold, and I'm like, man, people probably don't even believe me. Let me start putting my face on there, and so I'm not as shy anymore, and I'm trying to make more content. And yeah, I bought an what do I have right here? I bought a little camera for like 15 bucks. It's not a GoPro. I think it's like an off brand. So I need to get a little holder, and I can start making more videos.
Yeah. Uh, Yeah, I've been shooting videos just on my cell phone just to get started, and I was the same way, man. When I started shooting YouTube videos, probably for the first 6 months, I didn't want my face on camera. Like I was holding it like in first person view because I wasn't comfortable being on camera. But after a while, you're just like, hey, every time I go
Yeah,
to the grocery store, every time I go to the gas station, every time that you stop somewhere at the bank, they have you on camera anyways. So you just kind of got to get out of your shell a little bit, but you'll
yeah,
get
I'm
there. You'll
trying.
get there, man. Yeah, you just got you think about it. Every time you go to the ATM, they got you on camera. Every time you go to the gas station, every time you go to the bank, like when you're running
Yeah,
around doing errands, you're on camera all day. You just don't realize it. So you just gotta kind of get over your shyness, get out of your shell a little bit. But for sure, so tell people about what kind of videos you do. A lot of sourcing videos on your channel.
yeah. The main videos, it's all for reselling. They've all been from Black Fridays. Um, I think I made one Dollar Tree video where I was buying books, but now I know more about buying Dollar Tree books. Back then,
Yeah,
I would just send any book that I would see to Amazon. But that is how I learned like what sells and what doesn't. And there's other
right.
tools. There's other tools that could help you sell on Amazon, like Keepa. It'll show you the history of how it sells if Amazon sells the product.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah, so guys, I have all its links down below. Tell everybody where they can go by and check you out at on YouTube and Instagram. I have your links down below in the description.
yeah. So my account is the selling sniper underscore resells on Instagram. On YouTube, it's the selling sniper. I actually had an Instagram account last year, and it was my first ever account. It was called just the selling sniper, and I didn't know about Instagram, like what the rules were or what. I was just requesting everybody. Like I would request like 100 people a day. I'd wake up and request 100 people. Out of nowhere, I was like at 1,000 followers, and that account got shut down. I guess they thought I was a robot or something. So on
Yeah.
this account, I'm not requesting everybody. I'm being real careful, and I'm just trying to put out good content so I can get organic, real people to follow me and watch what I do, and we could all share and learn from each other.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's how I found you was on Instagram. So if you guys get a chance, go support our guests. All the links are down below in the YouTube and Instagram. So tell me, what are some of your goals that you have for the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years with your reselling business? Like, where do you see yourself at in the next like 5 years from now? Like, what do you want to do with your reselling business?
Well, I want to clone myself and have like three of me.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that's not gonna happen. But I wish I could do something like that. So basically, what I would need to do is find. I haven't found anybody who's really that interested. Well, my cousin's kind of interested, but I haven't showed him. But yeah, you gotta find somebody who's interested, and I haven't found anybody, so I could show them what I do, and I wouldn't mind becoming bigger than what I am right now. I have a lot of knowledge I could share with somebody, and I could probably build a business for myself and my family, and just the whole concept of the store that I shop at. If I could do something like that for myself, that would be awesome. I could do that. I could sell online. So there's a bunch of possibilities out there, and I'm just happy that I'm doing so well, and I'm able to be with my family, and life's going good.
all right, awesome, awesome. All right, man. Well, do you have any final thoughts that you can leave with our audience?
I would say just don't procrastinate. A lot of people fear is what holds us back from doing a lot of things in life. But if you could just say, I guess, the word F it, F it, and just do it, just take that first step. That's the easiest thing you can do, and you could get your feet wet, and you could see if you like it or not, and then you build from there. That's my that's all I got for the audience,
All right, guys. Anyways, go by and follow our guests. All the links are down below in the description below on YouTube and Instagram. Go by and check them out. Show them some support. I will see you guys next week. I have a brand new guest for you guys coming next week on Monday. It's called Sabrina's Magical World of Thrifting. So if you guys haven't got a chance to check out our new guest, she's going to be on Monday. I will see you guys then. Till then, you guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thanks for having me.
All right. If you're